you loud and clear.
Hello. Welcome.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, all of you. My name is Shashiraj, and today I'm the host. And today we'll be discussing about space. In my opinion, this is very interesting topic. I have already shared one link in WhatsApp group. In that link, you might have found some question and answer, and these question and answer are very interesting, and there are so many questions and answer. You know what all things we'll be discussing today? What is the life in the space? The scientist who goes to space for the research, how they feel, how they live their life, and what all things they enjoy, what all the problems, what all the challenges they have to face over there. When they live on the earth, they are stick to the earth, and when they move to space, they float in the space. They move here and there. Do you know what is the reason behind it? Because their weights are light. They lost their weight over there. That's why they float. And what all the problems they face, from brushing teeth to bathing, they face many problems. And how they eat, how they write anything, how they sleep, how they exercise. So these things we have. Right. So like Thomas, do you want to say something? You have unmuted yourself. Okay, I'm just going to share you on the screen, and you'd be watching that. And let me ask something from you people. Do you have any idea about space? What all the things? What all things you know about the space? So I'm going to start from Shivi. Shivi, please tell something about that.
Okay. In the space, there is no gravity, and everything is float, and there are lots of planets. In not a lot, but I think 8 planets. But we have 9 before Pluto, but we don't count. There is some reason behind it. I don't know. And we have sun, very big. It's a huge, and it's made up of gases, and we are living on Earth, and Earth is a very beautiful planet, as we know.
Okay.
And there are lots of things in the universe. We are still searching.
Yeah, there are lots of
Scientists
things still we are scientists are searching. We are not searching. We are not the part of
we are
any
not
astronauts.
searching.
We are not part of any scientist or space research. Right, before going to space, the scientists, the astronauts, they have to go through a kind of training program, right? And this training is done in the International Space Center, ISC. That is called International Space Center. So I'll be sharing one screen to you people, and you can know what all the things and what all the, okay, these are the screen. Okay, so let me start from the beginning. Okay, I was talking about the International Space Center. 16 countries, they have spent over $120 billion to build this lab. In this lab, people get experience about maintenance and repair, how they maintains and repairs, and they do exercises. This kind of practice they do before going to space. And they spacewalk, this kind of practice they do, how they'll be walking on the space, and how they have to move because there is no air. So like they float everywhere, but they have to move one place to another place. For this, they need a kind of training program. So this kind of training they require, and of course, relaxation. Relaxation, that's really very important because they have to work, and it's a hard work, they have to do that, and they need relax also. So how they relax, so this kind of thing, and look at how their hairs, they moves. All right, so this kind of things they do. It was a kind of small information before going to space. You can watch once again how they relax and how they walk, this kind of training they need. And they have to do exercise every day, around 2 hours they have to do exercise in the space. Then they will be able to make themselves fit, because their muscles, they get pain, and their bones, they get problem. So that's why they have to do exercises. And like they don't have to sit anywhere for more than 6 months or 8 months. They don't sit anywhere, they just float. Maintenance and repairs, and like this, very well. So this is about the topic for today's, and the thing is that I would be sharing one more video with you people. And before sharing that video, I would be asking some questions to you people, right? So I would be starting from Oscar. Hello, Oscar. Please unmute yourself.
Hello.
Yeah, Oscar. So just tell something about space and scientist.
Okay, I think, in my opinion, this is the best event for the human
Mm-hmm.
because, for example, I think always I needed the people to work in the space
Mm-hmm.
because I think it's people very you have a lot of knowledge in different areas. The most important is always to review or maybe to see in different affects in different planets. For example, the main the main planets in the study in the space is the Earth because I think it's important.
Mm-hmm. All right, that's fine. Hello, Rina Sasmita.
Hi,
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine.
So where are you from?
I'm from Indonesia. Hi.
Okay, and is it the first time you have joined our meeting?
What? I can
Is
hear you.
is this the first time you have joined our meeting?
Yes, this is my first time because Oscar invited me.
Okay, that's great. That's good. So here we are
Uh,
discussing about space. Some experience about the space. So now I'm going to share one video with you all people. This is the video of Sunita William. So how many people do you know about Sunita William? Do you
I
guys?
don't know.
You don't know about that.
No,
Okay.
I don't.
Who's from India? Who's from India? Shivi?
Yeah, I'm from.
Do you know Sunita William? Do you know her?
I think she's sorry, astronaut maybe.
She is astronaut. Okay. You are absolutely right. She is astronaut. Okay. I would like to tell her introduction. She has taken the nationality of USA, and she was born in 19 September 1965, Ohio, in America. She was in the Navy. She was helicopter pilot. She was training. She was in the Navy Army, and she was good swimmer, and she was rich, and she was athlete, and she had spent around 321 days, 17 hours, 15 minutes in space. So this kind of experience she has. So this was the small introduction about her. And now I'm going to share one video of her, and she'll be telling to you that how life is in space, how they eat, how they walk, how do they exercise, and how they brush their teeth, how they take bath. So this kind of experience she's going to tell, and I'll be sharing this video. Just watch that video. Where is that video? Okay. And this was the video. Is it visible to you people?
Yep.
Yes, I can. I can see.
She is Sunita William. She belonged to Gujarat, Ahmedabad in India, but she has taken the nationality of India. Her father was also, sorry, she has taken the nationality of America, and her father was also in America, and mother was also in America. So this was the short introduction of Sunita William. Now just watch the video of her and enjoy. Okay, hello guys. Are you able to listen her? Are you able to listen the
No, the
audio?
voice is so slow.
Voice is
Low
so
volume. Yeah. It
Yeah,
sounds
slow.
not clear.
okay. Voice is not
The
clean.
sound is not clear.
Voice is slow.
Yes, voice is slow.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, let me check that. Why voice is slow? Are you able to hear the voice? Were you able to hear the voice?
Yeah.
Okay, actually the thing is that it is online video which is going on, so that's why you might not be listening well. But just watch it. Watch the video. Okay, let me do one more thing. Okay, just a minute. Okay, I'm sharing once again. You can watch the video. Now, how's that?
Not clear. Sound is not clear. It's same before.
Okay, same before. The thing is that it's an online video which I'm playing to you people, right? You can watch and you can understand what she is trying to say, right? If voice is so slow, you can concentrate what she is speaking. She's talking about that she is in the sleeping bed when she has to take the rest, and whether sometimes she has to take the sleeping bag, sometimes she doesn't take the sleeping bag, and all the required things are available in the sleeping bag. Means like laptops are there, books are there, any other things which are used. So she was talking about these things, so I would be explaining everything. Okay, just watch.
Yeah.
Okay, she's talking about that there are some toys, some other clothes which are available, and she uses those things while sleeping. Okay, she's talking about the all the places for the sleeping, right? Wherever you want to sleep, you can move there. All the things are there, like you can go down where left and right and ceiling. Wherever you want, you can sleep. You can enjoy. Okay. Okay, now she's talking about that how we bath in the space, how we brush, how we go to toilet. So this kind of thing she's gonna explain. Just watch. So this is a kind of bag. All the essential important things are available. Whatever she needs, she can take from there. Okay, it's a water pouch. She has taken a water pouch and how she is going to uh, wet the toothbrush. It's a water bubble that also floats in the space. Okay. Okay, she's talking about that after brushing your teeth, we have got only two options. Either swallow it or just wipe it. So guys, have you seen that in a space they don't spit? Like we people do gargle, we spit when we brush our teeth. But in space they don't do that. They brush their teeth and they swallow. And if they don't want to swallow that, they just wipe with a tissue paper their mouth. Now she's talking about that how in space scientists, astronauts, they use the toilet. So what kind of options they have for number one and number two? She's going to explain everything and just watch and understand that. So guys, are you able to understand?
Yep. I have a question.
Yes.
Yeah, you said that They sold it. It means they drink it.
They they take inside. They take inside. They brush, right? And after brushing their teeth, they take inside. They do not spit. Because if they spit anywhere, so it will also float
Yeah.
in the
Just
entire
like
space.
water.
Yeah, it will in the space, in the craft. So that's why
Yeah.
it's a
What did you
their
say the
compulsion. It's
word?
their compulsion that they have to swallow it. Yeah.
Okay, sold it. Thank you.
Number two, right here. I'll show you. But you see it's pretty small, so you have to have pretty good aim.
Okay. You watch that. It is for number 2, and you have to aim it because the size is very small.
Be ready to make sure things get let go the right direction. And it smells a little bit, so I'm closing it up. And that's of course for number two. And this guy right here.
And guys, like if something went wrong, something goes wrong, so it will smell the entire space. And what would happen then if something goes wrong? So you have to take care doing number 1 and number 2.
Is for number one. So they're sort of two slightly separate functions, but you can do a little essentially both by hanging on right here and doing number one and number two. I might add it's color coded so you really don't get it mixed up, which is nice. This is yellow for number one. And also there's a selection of paper. People always ask about toilet paper. What do you do with toilet paper? What kind of toilet paper do you have? We have gloves.
Okay, so there are categories of the papers. There are so many categories that whichever you want, whichever you wish, whichever you use, you can choose according to your wish. So there are varieties of the tissue papers you can use.
Sometimes it does get messy. We have some Russian whites, which are
Sir, good evening, sir.
Good evening, Revati.
Yeah, sir. Sir, I have a doubt. See, if there is no gravitational power there, then what about the internal parts? See, blood circulation and those thing. How it has to have a gravitation even for our internal parts, right? So there
Exactly.
also again I have that doubt.
Yeah.
How she can
Yeah.
excrete
Actually,
in downwards?
the thing is that before going to space center in space, they undergoes a kind of special training program in ISC, International Space Center, right? So
Okay.
there they have to spend a lot of time for repair and maintenance, and they have to do exercises every day for making their body so that their body can cope up in the place where there is no
Okay.
gravitational
Okay.
force, there is no any air. So in that kind of place, they just go through a training program. So,
Okay.
and like every day they do around 2 or 3 hours exercise.
Okay.
So that's why their body gets warm all the time, right? So that's why they are able to cope up in this kind of place,
Okay.
right?
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you.
we have some nice tissues.
Sir, you're Shashiraj, right?
Yeah, I'm Shashiraj. I'm sorry
But
that
the name is
my
different,
name
so I
is
got
William.
doubt.
Okay, you have.
Oh, okay,
Thank you
okay.
for telling me. I'm just going to change my name. Okay, I'm sorry.
Then your actual name, sir?
Just a minute. Just a minute. My actual name is Shashiraj.
Okay. Thank
Okay.
you. Okay, thank you.
Now you won't get confused. Now is that fine?
Yeah, sir. Yeah.
Just for any cleanup, we're all ladies once and this could help. And then if things get really out of control, we have disinfectant wipes just to make sure we clean up here. Because just like the water I showed you, the number one stuff can sort of go all over.
Okay, so now she's saying that when the thing is out of control, you can understand what she's talking about, right? Then we have Huggies. This kind of things we have when the situation is out of control. So that moment you can use these kind of things. All right.
With the
Now,
bikes if you don't aim correctly. And did I mention both of these have a little bit of suction, so they should keep things going in the right direction. But um, like I said, sometimes things get a little out of control if you are out of control yourself flying around. So we have lots of protective stuff. And of course, you do have your privacy. Here's a little door, so other people know that you're in there. Here's a pretty cool place. This is sort of like in your house where everybody meets in the morning. After you wash your face, brush your teeth, you want to find something for breakfast. And this is our kitchen. You might notice there's all sorts of foods here. It's like opening the refrigerator. You've got all your different stuff that you want to have, drinks, meat, eggs.
okay, now she's talking about that it is their kitchen. In this place, they find all the eatable things like water, meat, eggs, biscuits, breads, and other things you can watch.
Vegetables, cereals, bread, snacks, and that's a good place. That's where you find all the candy. Side dishes, and then some little power bars just in case. So we have all this type of food. Some of it is dehydrated, and so we have to hydrate it, fill it up with water. Some of it is already made, and then all we have to do is heat it up. So something like this, I'm pulling out barbecued beef brisket. Pretty yummy. Not only is this food made in the U.S., but we also have food here from Japan. We've got Russian food. As you can see, all these red containers are filled with food that's from Russia. And then we get some of our specialty stuff, some things that we like, some of our favorite stuff that your family can send us. In fact, I like fluffernutters, and so I got sent up some fluff so I could make my fluffernutter with peanut butter. So you have a lot of food up here, no problem. Now, I want to say where we are. So right now, we're in the Japanese laboratory. It's one laboratory out of many here on the International Space Station.
Okay, she's saying that there are a lot of laboratories. It is the one of the laboratories. So in the space center, they have so many laboratories, and it is also a kind of small part of laboratories. And she's talking about that.
It's actually on the left-hand side. If I was in the International Space Station and I was flying through space like this, my left hand would be where the Japanese laboratory is. So now again, we're on the right-hand side, all the way on the right of the International Space Station. This is Columbus, the European module. It has science experiments all over. You can see it looks a little bit crowded. And here we do a lot of our medical experiments. Here we are in the U.S. laboratory. Again, this is a laboratory with science experiments on all of the walls here, all sorts of stuff that we do. And one of the things we also do is we exercise. We have some exercise equipment on board the space station.
Okay, now she's going to tell that how do they do exercises.
We need to do that because we lose bone density and muscle mass while we're up here, and that's a result of not having to fight against gravity. So, how we keep ourselves in shape are with a bike, a treadmill, and a weightlifting machine. This is the bike. You notice the six pedals. All you need to do is actually put your feet in, and then you can start kicking. You don't need a seat because you don't sit down. Actually, I haven't sat down for 6 months now, so you don't need any type of seat. Just make sure you're held in with.
She's saying that she doesn't have to sit down. For 6 months, she hasn't sit. And they don't have to sit. You know very well that they just float everywhere and they do exercise. They do exercise around 2 or 3 hours every day.
Your pedals. You probably see that the bike bounces around a little bit. As I move it, it's not steady and held to the wall firmly. And the reason for that is the space station is pretty big. You saw that there's also solar arrays on the space station. If we start putting any forces into the space station, it's going to make those solar arrays bounce around a little bit. So to prevent machines bounce around a little bit, move around a little bit. And that way we don't put any forces onto the structure of the spacecraft out to the solar arrays. All right, a little farther on. Come on. I'm here with my two buddies in the airlock. Actually, these are two spacesuits that are ready, primed up to go outside, as we call it, to go do a spacewalk in case we have to do anything outside. Some of the things we do outside are just like inside repairs. We have a lot of electrical boxes and machinery and solar arrays, in fact, that I talked about earlier, that are outside, and sometimes they don't work quite right. Remember, space is really cold and really hot, and it's also the vacuum of space with no pressure, and so some of the equipment doesn't work well all the time. So we might have to go.
So this was all about the space center, and she has told us about her experience, that how she has to spend time in the space. Okay, guys. So did you get something? Did you understand something?
Yeah, very interesting.
Okay. So if you have any questions, and you may ask to each other, I'm going to make a breakout room. I think that there are only 10 people, so you would be discussing, you would be talking to each other. Okay, guys?
Please share the questions in the chat box.
All right, just a minute.